Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tune In English, the place where learning English feels friendly, calm, and possible. I'm Adam.
And I'm Anna. We're really glad you're here with us today. Adam, before we started recording, you told me something interesting. You said yesterday was a difficult study day for you.
Yes, it really was. Today, I feel relaxed, but yesterday evening, I sat down to study English, opened my notebook, looked at the vocabulary list, and suddenly I felt very tired. Not just physically tired, mentally tired. My brain just said, "This is too hard today."
I think many listeners know exactly that feeling. You want to learn, you sit down with good intentions, and then your energy disappears in 5 minutes.
Exactly. I read the same sentence again and again, but it didn't stay in my mind. And for a moment, honestly, I thought, maybe I should just stop today. Maybe I'm too slow.
Thank you for saying that honestly, Adam, because that is exactly what we're talking about today. Not giving up on English, especially when learning feels slow, confusing, or frustrating.
Yes, many beginners feel that English is like climbing a very big mountain. Some days you feel strong and motivated, but other days you feel like sitting down halfway and saying, "I can't do this."
And here's something important for everyone listening. Both kinds of days are normal. Strong days are normal, and difficult days are normal too. Learning any language is not a straight, perfect line.
Before we go deeper into today's topic, friends, we have a small request. If you enjoy these conversations, please like the video and subscribe to Tune In English. When you subscribe, you learn with us every week, and you also help other learners find this channel.
And if you know someone who feels tired or discouraged with English right now, share this episode with them. Sometimes a small message of encouragement can change someone's whole day.
Okay, Anna, let's go back to yesterday for a moment. When I felt frustrated, the first thing I did was close my notebook.
That sounds very honest and very human.
Then I went to the kitchen and made a cup of tea. It sounds simple, but that small pause helped me breathe again. I sat near the window, looked outside, and asked myself one question. Why did I start learning English?
That is a powerful question. Sometimes we forget our reason, and when we forget the reason, the work feels heavier.
Exactly. I remembered that I want to speak confidently with people from different countries. I want to understand movies without subtitles. And honestly, I want to feel proud of myself for finishing something difficult.
Those are strong reasons, but many learners forget their why on difficult days. They only see the grammar exercises, the new words, the mistakes, and they forget the dream behind the effort.
That's true. And while I was sitting there, I remembered something a teacher once told me. She said, "When learning feels hard, your brain is working."
I love that sentence so much.
She explained it like exercise. If you lift very light weights, your muscles don't change. But when the weight feels heavy, your muscles slowly become stronger. Learning English works the same way.
Yes, when you listen and don't understand everything, that does not mean you are failing. It often means your brain is stretching and building new connections.
That idea made me feel calmer. I realized that difficulty is not the enemy. Difficulty is often a sign that something important is happening inside the brain.
And let's be honest, sometimes it still feels uncomfortable. You study for an hour and the next day you forget half of the words. That can feel very discouraging.
Oh yes, I know that feeling very well. You think, what's wrong with me? Why can't I remember? But slowly, I'm learning that forgetting is also part of learning.
Exactly. Think of English like planting seeds. You don't see the plant grow every hour, but something is happening under the soil. With practice, the roots grow first, quietly, invisibly, and later you finally see the progress.
I like that image. It reminds us to be patient with ourselves.
And patience is one of the most important skills for language learners. Not perfect pronunciation, not perfect grammar. Patience.
So if you are listening right now and you feel slow, please remember this. Slow does not mean stuck. Slow still means moving forward.
Beautifully said. And in the next part, let's talk about what to do on the days when motivation disappears completely. Not just low motivation, zero motivation. What should learners do then?
So, Anna, let's talk about those days when motivation disappears completely. Not just low motivation, zero motivation. What should learners do then?
First, I want to say something very important. On difficult days, your goal should not be study perfectly. Your goal should simply be don't stop completely.
That's a big difference. Many people think if they cannot study for 1 full hour, it's not worth studying at all.
Exactly. And that idea causes many people to quit. Instead, think of learning English like walking. Some days you walk fast, some days you walk slowly, and some days you only take a few steps, but you are still moving forward.
I like that. Even 5 minutes of English keeps the habit alive.
Yes, listen to a short audio, read one paragraph, review 3 vocabulary words. Small actions still send a message to your brain. English is part of my daily life.
And small actions are easier to repeat. When the task feels small, we don't feel afraid to start.
Another thing learners need to understand is that rest is not failure. Sometimes people say, I didn't study yesterday, so I failed. But maybe their brain needed rest.
That's true. When we are very tired, we cannot learn well anyway. It's like trying to use a phone with an empty battery. It simply doesn't work.
Exactly. Rest charges the brain, and a rested brain learns faster. So instead of feeling guilty about resting, see it as part of the learning process.
Anna, I want to talk about another problem many learners face, the feeling of no progress. You study, you watch videos, you listen to podcasts, but inside you feel the same as before.
Yes, that quiet frustration can be very painful. Many learners don't talk about it, but they secretly think, why am I still at the same level?
And sometimes they even think, maybe English is not for me.
Let me say this clearly. English is for you. Progress does not move at the same speed every day. Learning is more like walking through fog. You cannot see far ahead, but every step still moves you forward.
That image helps a lot. You may not see the final destination yet, but you are not standing still.
Exactly. And sometimes the biggest progress happens quietly. One day, suddenly, you understand a sentence that felt impossible before, or you speak without translating in your head. Those moments arrive after many invisible steps.
Speaking of mistakes, can I share something a little embarrassing?
Of course, those stories help learners feel less alone.
Once I told someone, I am very boring today, but I actually wanted to say, I am very bored today. Everyone laughed a little, and I felt embarrassed at that moment.
That is such a common mistake, and almost every learner makes it at least once.
The funny thing is, I never forgot the difference after that day. The mistake stayed in my memory much longer than any grammar rule.
That's why I always tell students, mistakes are powerful teachers. Perfect sentences sometimes disappear quickly, but mistakes stay in our memory because they carry emotion.
So maybe mistakes are not enemies, they are guides.
Exactly. They show us where we are growing. If you never make mistakes, it usually means you are staying in the safe zone, using only the easiest words you already know.
Another big problem is fear. Fear of speaking, fear of wrong grammar, fear that people will laugh.
Yes, fear stops many learners from trying, but here's an interesting way to think about it. Fear often means something is important to you. If English didn't matter, you wouldn't feel nervous speaking it.
That's a powerful idea. Fear is not always a signal to stop. It can also be a signal that you are doing something meaningful.
I still remember my first long conversation in English. My hands were a little cold, my voice was shaking, and I spoke very slowly. But after the conversation ended, I felt proud, not because I was perfect, but because I tried.
That feeling of pride is something every learner deserves to experience.
Let's give our listeners a very small challenge today. Say one English sentence out loud, just one, in your room, in front of a mirror, or quietly while walking. One sentence is enough to build courage.
And after you say it, smile. That smile tells your brain, I did something brave today.
In the next part, let's talk about something deeper, the negative thoughts that sometimes tell learners they are too slow, too old, or not smart enough to succeed.
Let's talk honestly about those negative thoughts, because many learners hear them in their minds late at night. I'm too slow. I started too late. Or maybe I'm just not good at languages.
Yes, those thoughts are very common, but we need to remember something important. Thoughts are not always facts. Sometimes they are simply emotions speaking very loudly.
I like that idea. Emotions speaking loudly. When we feel tired or frustrated, the negative voice becomes stronger, even if it is not telling the truth.
Exactly. Learning has no age limit, no deadline, and no perfect timeline. Some people learn quickly, some people learn slowly, but everyone can move forward if they continue practicing.
I once heard someone say, fluency is not built in one big moment. It is built in thousands of small moments. That really stayed in my mind.
That's beautiful, and it's true. Every time you listen, repeat, read, or try to speak, you are adding one small brick to your language foundation. One brick does not look impressive, but many bricks build a strong wall.
Another thing I want learners to understand is that confidence does not come first. Many people wait and think, I will speak when I feel confident.
But confidence usually comes after action, not before. You try first, even if your voice is shaking, and slowly confidence begins to grow.
I remember a time when I stayed quiet in conversations because I was afraid of making mistakes. I listened carefully, but I didn't speak.
Many learners do that. They hide a little because they don't want to sound wrong or simple.
One day, I realized something. My English would never grow if I only stayed silent. Speaking imperfectly was still better than not speaking at all.
That's such an important lesson. Your English does not need permission to exist. You don't need to wait until you are good enough. You open the door yourself using simple words, short sentences, and even mistakes.
And simple English is powerful. Communication does not require complicated grammar. It requires clarity, courage, and patience.
Let's also talk about comparison, because many learners compare themselves to native speakers and feel discouraged.
Yes, but native speakers grew up with English for many years. Comparing your learning journey to someone's childhood language is simply not fair.
Exactly. Your English is international English. It does not need to be perfect. It needs to be clear and useful for communication. Your accent, your rhythm, your personal way of speaking, these are part of your story.
I love that idea. An accent is not a weakness. It shows that you speak more than one language, and that is something to be proud of.
Another gentle reminder for everyone listening, if today feels like a difficult day, please don't make big decisions about quitting. Tired days often create tired thoughts, and tired thoughts are not always wise.
That is such an important message. Sometimes the best decision is simply, I will continue tomorrow.
Yes, rest if you need to, take a break if you need to, but stay connected to English like you stay connected to a friend. Even a small contact, a short video, a short sentence, a quick review keeps the relationship alive.
I also want to remind our listeners that they are not alone. Around the world, millions of people are learning English at the same time, feeling the same frustrations and the same hopes.
You are part of a global community of learners. Some are beginners, some are advanced, but everyone is walking the same road, one step at a time.
And every fluent speaker you admire today once started with their very first sentence. No one began fluent. Everyone began small.
Before we finish, let's leave our listeners with one gentle thought. If English feels heavy today, you don't have to carry the whole weight at once. Carry one small piece, one word, one sentence, one short practice, and tomorrow carry another.
Small steps may look slow, but they travel very far over time.
Thank you for learning with us today. We truly believe in your progress, even on the days when you cannot see it yet.
I'm Adam.
And I'm Anna.
And this is Tune In English. If today's conversation helped you, like the video, subscribe, and share it with someone who needs encouragement.
And before you go, write one English sentence in the comments, just one. We read them, and they always make us smile.
Keep going, one word at a time, one day at a time.